Well, hello, I'm Dr. Sherman Silber, Silber Infertility Center in St. Louis, Missouri, and we're going to have a real treat for you tonight on Facebook Live. I'd like you to meet Rajeev and Hope Zakiya, from Wisconsin. Their story is very instructive, particularly for older women that are in their 40s, but really for everyone. And Meanwhile, you can call in. Our number is 314. 314. No, actually, don't call in now. It's 576-1400. But right now, you can just chat in. There it is, 576-1400. But actually, type your questions and comments, and we'll answer. And infertile.com is our website. So, but let's just get your story is so instructive, and it'll be very inspirational for so many couples that are over 39 years old. So, Rajeev, you were about to say something, I think.
Yeah, true. So we started trying for another child since 2023, and we went to one of the clinic in Wisconsin, the first clinic, and they did one round and got two eggs, and then we thought like there is a hope in that, and both the eggs like embryo was like abnormal, and they suggested us like saying we need to go for a donor's egg.
So let me see if that's clear. So they told you your eggs were abnormal, and they suggested donor eggs.
Yes, immediately.
Immediately.
This baby I'm looking at right now is not from donor eggs, correct?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go ahead, tell your story more. I wanted to make sure people understood that. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then we went to another second clinic, and it was one of the top clinic in Wisconsin, and we saw a lot of good reviews and people goes there. So we said, okay, let's try there. So we went there, spent a lot of money, and they had three rounds. Three rounds in the sense they got many eggs in every round, like 4 eggs in the first round, second round 3 eggs, another round again 4 eggs. Almost it's more than a 10 eggs they got. But every eggs they said it's abnormal because they did a genetic testing, and those testings came out abnormal.
So they did the so-called genetic testing, which is just chromosome counting. And you had the idea that this would test everything to make sure the baby was normal, and you had the idea it was very important. Is that right?
Right. Yes, correct.
And they told you they were all abnormal, so forget
Yes.
about it. Okay.
Yes.
Then.
And then later they said that, oh, now, there is no other, you don't have any chance at all in your life. You should go for a donor's egg.
Right.
And they started giving us a quote, like how much you need to pay for a donor's egg.
Yes.
So we are like totally broken. Like we spent 3 rounds, a lot of money from insurance, a lot of money from our pocket. And then later they pushed us to the donor's egg. That's
Not
what
just spent a huge amount of money, not just on the IVF, but all the so-called genetic testing.
Correct, exactly, yes.
Yes.
So genetic texting, and then the pharmacy, and like it was a lot. Forget about money, the way we went through all this emotion, and we broke everywhere, And then finally we thought like we just gave up, and then I thought, okay, let's do some research. There should be someone in these countries who might go for it, That's how I searched, and I just found you there. And then I read your review. You had some research paperwork uploaded. I read those. And then my wife Zakiya, she went to a Facebook group, and then there are a few couples. They said that you should go to St. Louis. They have a different type of Mini-IVF, what they work for. And when I read more about you, and I found that you are not interested in any genetic testing. You don't believe it.
Let me ask you, did you have doubts about what we were telling you? Because these other clinics wanted to do the genetic testing. They said they're abnormal embryos, said you need donor eggs, and all we said was we need to stimulate you differently to get better quality eggs, and the genetic testing is in error so often that embryos are diagnosed as abnormal that really would have been a baby. So were you skeptical at first when I told you that?
Yes, and one more thing, like I need to add this. We have went to 2 clinics, and the amount of medication they've done with us is like 8-9 injection, 8-9 hormone types, and we've been injecting day and night, and like almost like a lot of injections. But the moment we started the round with you guys, I just saw like this two medications we've been going through, and the third medication, that's it, it's done. We are like so surprised. Oh, that's it, kind of, having been done with so many number of medication before. So
So why did you trust what I was saying?
Oh, yes. You know what, Dr. Silver, as like I joined a Facebook group which says that IVF with own eggs. So there is one person, like there are two, I just posted there, and I asked if anybody knows about Dr. Silver from St. Louis. So there were two women who recently had babies, both were girls, and they told us that he doesn't do any testing. You can just blindly go to him. So we were not we we thought that yes, we should go ahead, since these two women, they are above 40, they were elder to me. One was around 44 and the other is around 45, and they both 44 and 43, sorry, both of them had babies, like last year. One had in 2023 and the other had last year. The baby girl is 1 year now. So
And we didn't do the so-called genetic testing on them.
yes, no, you didn't do.
Mini-IVF, day 3 embryos, and we just get better quality eggs, and we have a higher baby rate per egg with this approach.
Yes. So one of them told me that when the fertility centers give more hormones and medicine to your body, they fry the eggs. So that was really funny to hear. They fry the eggs. That's what they
It's
say.
fried eggs. Yes, exactly right. They're frying the eggs.
So when it is lower, there's like, it really works. That's what both of them told them. Since you did mini IVF with both of them, they both are from Missouri.
So there are 4 basic principles behind what we do, because we really understand the hormonal stimulation of eggs, because we know how the ovary works. But most of these programs, they just get their instruction from the drug company representatives and they think if you give a huge dose of drugs, you'll get better quality eggs, but the opposite is true.
Yes.
So it's probably is easier on you what we did, but I didn't do it just to make it easier on you. We wanted to have better eggs.
No, it really worked with us, because the very first time, all you got the 4 matured eggs, and 4 matured eggs were fertilized, and the next day I got a email from Kelsey saying that we got good 4 embryos, and we are going to freeze them in the day 3.
Yes. And that's another important thing. We freeze them on day 3. There's no benefit to keeping the embryos in the incubator for 2 or 3 extra days. Yes. We looked at 14,000 cycles, and the baby rate per egg was higher with day 3 transfer.
I'm sorry.
Than blastocyst. Now, blastocyst transfer is higher per embryo, but per egg or per number of eggs you have, it's always higher with day 3. But you really confuse the situation with the errors in this so-called embryo testing. I do want to make it clear. If you are carriers of a mutation disease like cystic fibrosis, then the embryo testing is extremely accurate and very good.
Right.
But you're just talking about routine genetic testing, that's usually recommended just to make money, frankly.
Right.
Now, if you have 10 or 15 embryos and you're 25 years old, you can do the genetic testing maybe to reduce the number of embryos to think about transferring. But particularly with older eggs, you don't want to fool with that. You're going to make errors like they made with you.
Yes.
Errors. I'm so excited. So were you worried when we transferred just those embryos? Were you worried about it, or did you have confidence?
I was worried the first time, since it was the second embryo transfer. So the first didn't work, and the second I was very worried. But when September 9th, when we got the result that yes, I'm pregnant, so I could not express we could not express how happy we were, because we lost all hopes, thinking that I don't know what could happen.
And it makes me happy and excited too. Yes. I could have retired a long time ago. Yes. Talking to patients like you and seeing your joy, I mean, that's what makes me feel so good about life. It's so great speaking with you.
Yeah, Dr. Silva, you are God sent to us, and your entire team. They are so supportive. Doctor, I'm so thankful. We can't thank you enough that today we are meeting her because of God's wish, and on this earth, it's you and your team. Because of you, she's here.
Isn't that fantastic? And how about my team? Tell me how you were treated by the team.
Oh my God, excellent team. You have the excellent and Kelsey, she is the best. Like we had some issues with like she just emailed me immediately whatever problem or concern I had.
Kelsey really is very detailed, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah.
She is. I
have couple of questions when she sends the medication. So I got confused sometimes. So I just get back to her, and really she comes back really quick and with a very better understanding.
Yes.
So that's really appreciable.
We did a recording when you called saying your call is very important to us. So please stay on the line for the next hour and a half until we have an available operator. You didn't get that kind of message.
No, we didn't get. I never. Yeah, I never remember.
And it was mostly email conversation with her.
Yeah, most of them we used to email her,
Yes.
and she replies.
She's very quick. Yeah.
Well, the whole team is fantastic that way because, when the doctor might be smart or good, but the team is disorganized and they don't bother communicating with you, or there's not enough of them to really keep you in touch, that's the doctor's fault. I mean, it really is his fault that his team is terrible. And I'm very proud. To the question, our team is so good with patients.
Oh yes, they are absolutely. Yes, we are lucky to have you all in our life. Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited. I mean, you really I talk to people like you every day, and that's what makes me so happy.
Dr.
I'm
Silber,
making you happy, but you make me happy.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, Dr. Silber, the only regret we have that we did not meet you earlier. We didn't know about you in 2023. 2023 when we first started.
Yeah, it's too bad you had to do this detailed research to find it.
We thought that genetic testing was very important.
Yeah.
Yes, since we had a child with special need, my child with seizure disorder, but I'm sorry about that. But he doesn't have any genetic issues.
The bad experience you had are just typical around the country. These clinics are owned. 80% of the clinics are owned by private equity, and they're just trying to make money. They're not really individually run, or they're just owned by private companies that want to sell their company 3 or 4 years later for capital gain. And it's really terrible how the whole field has deteriorated and commercialized.
Yes.
Bad results as a consequence. So I'm so glad that you found us.
Yes, and I just tell to everyone who were like that, do your own research. We didn't do much of research. We just believed them blindly. So
that's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, now let's see. Now your little beautiful little child there is being attended to by your husband, and I'm very impressed. He's a really good father. He's very attentive and very good. So I wonder now. Let's see if we have any questions coming in, because we only have 15 minutes more for questions. Okay. So the first question is, how is Mini-IVF different from conventional IVF? So if you don't mind, I'll answer their question. It's not just lower dose. It is. Most clinics will give you 450 to 600 IU of hormone stimulation, and we'll give you the equivalent of 75 a day, or even less shots. It'll be 150 every other day. Very low dose, because we know the science. We're scientists, and we know that the ovary only requires that low dose of FSH to recruit all the eggs you can recruit that are available that month. And as soon as you go to higher doses, you create a higher risk of genetic abnormalities, actually. And so the embryos are no good. So that's one part of it. Another part of it is you need the hormone LH for quality. And people give this drug Menopur, which is a terrible drug to try to create LH effect, but it just causes apoptosis or deterioration of eggs. You need your own LH, and for that we give you just a simple pill that will raise your own LH. Third thing is everybody worries about premature ovulation. And so they give you a full dose of this antagonist called ganirelix, which suddenly completely turns off the stimulation that your ovary needs from the hormones. And so you're ruining the cycle. However, we know that if you just stay on Clomid until the day of retrieving the eggs, that'll prevent premature ovulation. It's not just going to stimulate, it'll prevent premature ovulation. And so you don't have to get a huge dose of antagonist that just, ruins the cycle anyway. And the fourth thing is you have to be properly premedicated with birth control pills so that we can synchronize this minimal dose stimulation with when the eggs are really ready to be stimulated. So there's 4 principles of our Mini-IVF that we follow in every patient, and we get way better quality eggs. So do we have another question? What medications will I need and how long will the process take? Well, let me ask our patient, our guest tonight, and tell us what medication she needs.
Yeah, Dr. Silber, like the medicine part, actually my husband, he used to handle that. He used to give all the injections. And Rajeev, can you just come here and tell the...
I can answer it. I just thought you might enjoy it.
Right, because I just gave my stomach to him and he just inserted everything and he was the one responsible for that.
You got 150 of Follistim every other day. That was it. 1 shot every other day. And you were put on a pill, Clomid, every day.
Yes.
And then we triggered your ovulation eventually with HCG. And that was it. I mean, it wasn't a lot of complicated drugs that just ruin your eggs. It's a very, very simple approach based on how the science of the ovary really works. And we are scientists. We're not just hacks that are trying to make money for a private equity company. So that's the difference. So, Rajeev, did you want to add anything to that about the medication?
Yeah, sure. So when we went to the previous clinic, other than your clinic, so we had Follistim, I think 200 mcg twice a day, and we have been injecting for 15 days.
Oh my God.
15 days Follistim.
Oh my God.
And along with that, we have Menopur. That Menopur, there's 2 vials. I don't know the size. We need to inject 2 days, 2 times in a day, and that was also for at least 3 weeks.
That is a gigantic, massive overdose.
Massive is like
a day of Follistim, and then the plus 150 a day of Menopur is 650 a day of gonadotropin. That's as bad as it gets.
Yes. So we have been just injecting. I was like, oh man, 1 round is done. The second round again gives the same medication. After the 3rd round, we had a lot of extra medication sitting there at home. I don't know, why did they ask us like excess they have to order and we have to keep injecting and they don't reduce. That's the reason when we got into your clinic and when you have prescribed just 2 medication, I was like so surprised. Are you sure? Just 2 medication? Did it really work? And she was when we went to Missouri before the egg retrieval, she was saying that with these 2 medication, how come we'll go through? I said, just believe him.
Yes, I will remember
Just
that.
believe Mr. Silber,
Dr. Silber,
Dr. Silber, just believe him. This okay. No, we have been taking so much medication. With these 2, how does it work? I said, we are no doctors. He knows better. Just believe. He said, okay. She said, okay. So we are surprised.
Right.
That is absolutely fantastic to hear. Well, I'm so excited. You explained it very well. And I think the person that asked this question, who chatted this question, I hope you have a good answer as to what medications you need. It'll be very little, really.
And one more thing I need to add. When we had so many rounds before with other clinic, soon after the egg retrieval, they tell us the next day whether the eggs were matured or not matured, whatever. But in your clinic, the moment we retrieved the eggs, within an hour or few minutes, I think somebody was just looking at the eggs, and then they said that, all the 4 are matured. So you guys are like quick. How did you guys know? That was our question.
Yeah.
Other people, they take 1 day, 2 day to tell us it's mature
Yeah.
or not mature.
Yeah.
So that was like really awesome.
We want to make sure to communicate every day with the patient how their embryos or eggs are doing, because you're going to be so terrified, wondering about it. So it's up to us to make sure that we communicate with you regularly. So
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that you were taken care of that way. So do we have another question? How do I prepare for IVF? Well, that's very, very interesting question. You really don't have to do anything. So many women are told to go on supplements and special diets, and the supplements can really harm you because they're not FDA approved or regulated, so you don't know what they put in there. And just a healthy, regular, well-balanced diet. Just eat what you normally eat. I mean, don't fill up on junk food, but that's it. And just let us direct you. It's very, very, very simple. So we start you with birth control pills for a minimum of 18 days, and that's to get rid of older eggs in your ovary that we don't want to get because they won't be any good. And it's very simple. And when you stop the pill, we'll tell you, we'll organize it, we'll make it very user friendly. Going on, as we were just told by Rajeev, going on, it's like a shot every other day, really, and a very, very low dose shot and one pill every day, very, very little. And then you'll be in St. Louis to monitor with ultrasound and blood hormones for 4 to 6 days. It won't be 15 days. It'll be 4 to 6 days. And we retrieve your eggs, and they'll be the best quality eggs you have. And we'll fertilize them with your husband's sperm, and then you leave, and you'll come back 3 months later to have embryo or embryos transferred. So there's no real serious preparation other than what we tell you to do, and it's very, very simple. Do we have another question? How are embryos frozen and thawed? Okay, well, that's a big question. I'd love to answer it scientifically, but let me just tell you simply, because we don't have the time, that many programs are superficial in their freezing technique and their thawing technique. But we originally learned from and continue to work with our collaborators in Japan, Dr. Kuyama, and we're not paid by him and he's not paid by us. We have a completely free interchange of scientific information. We've been working with him since 2003. And he is known to be the best scientist in the whole field of freezing and thawing anywhere in the world. And so I can't, in this Facebook Live, give you the details of how we do it. But we were the first to do vitrification properly with embryos and eggs on a routine basis in the United States. And it took 5 or 10 years before everybody else joined in. But this technique of vitrification freezing, which is foolproof, requires extraordinary skill on the part of the embryologist. So I sent all my embryologists to Japan to make sure that they learn from the masters how to do it right, because the timing is crucial. So that's the best answer I can give you very briefly with limited amount of time we have. So that makes me want to ask Hope, were you afraid when we were freezing your embryos that maybe that would lower the success rate or hurt the embryos? Were you afraid of that, or did you feel as confident as we did that we wouldn't hurt the embryos at all?
No, I was very confident, Dr. Silber, because I saw that you got me 4 fertilized eggs in the first mini-IVF. As my Rajeev told, that I was a little scared, thinking that only two medicine, how it's gonna work. But when I saw that the mini-IVF, you had the first round, I got 4 for good eggs, and then I got 4 good embryos. I was very confident that my embryos are in completely safe hand.
That's fantastic. And the reason we freeze them is because you always will have a higher success rate if we transfer 3 months later, not while your ovaries have been stimulated. It's always a higher success rate. And how old are you? Do you want to tell I don't have to bug you for that unless you're willing to reveal your age.
No, I'm 43, but when I gave her, when she was Hope was born, I was 42. Like Yes.
And so many programs won't even accept you at 42.
Right.
But if they do, they stupidly think that if they give you a gigantic overdose, like your overdose was more like 7 times what you should have had, if they give you a gigantic overdose, that they'll get better eggs because of your age. And of course, the opposite is true.
Yes. So when I went to you, I was like 41 then. But yes, after
Okay.
40, they would not. Yeah, many of the clinics, they just lost hope and just ask for donor eggs.
Fantastic. Well, okay. And you know what? I'm not against donor eggs if someone has run out of eggs. I
Yeah.
don't want anybody to think that. However, everyone would prefer their own DNA.
Of course.
And so that's what you got to go for. And we have really good results with women that are over 40.
Yes.
And you're a good example of that.
Oh,
Do we have another question, Tony? Get ready to start my journey with you in November. Very excited but nervous. What percentage rate for a 34-year-old? Oh, a 34-year-old is a piece of cake. I want to assure you that. What happens after age 35 is the eggs gradually become less and less fertile and less in number. It's a double whammy, less eggs and a lower pregnancy rate per egg. But that doesn't usually begin till age 35 and older. So we're getting you under the wire. And normally, every time we do an embryo transfer, it would be 60%. And so if we have enough for 3 embryo transfers, which I imagine we will usually, just from one cycle, we should have enough embryos for 3 transfers, just like we did with Hope. And so it adds up to almost 97% if you do the math on that, of at least one baby and maybe more than one baby. So I'm looking forward to meeting you. So do we have another question? Will the Mini-IVF be recommended for low ovarian reserve? Oh, yes, you bet. This is the only approach that works for low ovarian reserve. If you try to overstimulate to squeeze more water out of the rock, you will just ruin the rock. You will not get anything good. Mini-IVF is absolutely the only approach that's going to work for low ovarian reserve. And then the baby rate just relates to the age of the egg. So if you're 34 with low ovarian reserve, we just do Mini-IVF, and we'll have the same results as if you had a high ovarian reserve. There should be no difference in result. Do we have any other questions? Are there additional costs for freezing, storage, and thawing embryos? No, our fee is a simple set fee, which includes freezing and storage and thawing. And we do ICSI on all our cycles, injecting sperm into the egg to maximize the fertilization rate. There's no extra charge for that. We do assisted hatching. There's no extra charge for assisted hatching. We will talk to you. You can call us 10 times a day with questions, and we'll answer them. You don't pay like the lawyers. You don't pay for hours talking to you. It's just one set fee, and that's it. And we're not in this to make a lot of money or any money really. We're not owned by a private equity company, and you'll find it that it's just as fees are standard. So, okay, so I think we're reaching the end. Can we hear any final comments from our wonderful guests? Rajeev and Hope, would you like to come up with a conclusion? Because we've only got a few seconds left.
Yes, I can't thank you enough, Dr. Silber. Like you are just God sent to us. I'll just tell that. And you are a blessing to us, to my family, and to every couple that had a baby because they went to you and your team.
Thank you so much. You know, the first commandment in the Bible is be fruitful and multiply. And you make me feel great.
Yes.
I mean, you make me as happy as I must have made you.
We lost all hope.
Okay.
So we named her Hope because you gave us hope.
Oh, that's great. What a great name.
Yes.
Well, all right. Well, this is Dr. Silber. We'll be signing off now. This was a great half hour with Rajeev and Hope. And you can either write us at infertile.com or you can call at 314-576-1400. And we can have a free consultation like we did with Rajeev and Hope. I mean, it's just the consultations are free. I love communicating with everyone. So Dr. Silber now signing off and saying, oh, God bless you to Rajeev and Hope Zakiya.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Silver. Bye. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.